Hello there, this is Isix, and this is another episode of Cities Skylines. Yes, we are back here in the city of Eccleston. Not Eccleston as in Christopher Eccleston, but with a K. Yes. And, well, done a few things. Mainly more refugees arrived since last episode, so there's a little bit more shanty towns out here. Lots of dirt roads everywhere. Places to burn their trash. It's a hard life being a refugee in the city. No one really to love you or care for you. Little tiny little houses here with satellite dishes. And cars everywhere. Yes. Yes, even protective town folks are getting some neighbors that they're not too keen on, and they're like, go away. I really like how the little houses are all lined up like this. It's so fitting with the sort of theme I'm getting, except for the satellite dishes. But I'm too lazy to get mods like turns them off or something, or disables them or whatever. Anyway, let's get out of camera mode here, back into normal game mode. And as you can see, it's a bad time pretty much everywhere. And that's sort of the situation. The various five factions sort of said, you know, this isn't really working for us anymore. You got these oil barons polluting the middle of the town, the old town that is. You got fires and things like that, burning the trash everywhere. Our bus routes are woefully inadequate. Are woefully inadequate for dealing with the traffic situation. People keep moving in and expanding and setting up shop in far-flung areas of the hills. It's getting to be a bit much. Also, we drain the river. Yeah. To supply water for this growing metropolis, we kind of needed to put a little bit more pumps in, especially far away from the sewage, which just keeps pumping out despite me putting some of the sewage down over here instead. So, the five factions came together, met with the city leaders, all like 58,000 of them, and like, you know, this really isn't working for us. But the town people were like, we're banning any more faction people from coming in. The faction people were like, okay, but we're already here. Maybe we can work together. They came up with a plan. It wasn't a very complicated plan, but it basically made this thing called city planning possible. First thing they said was, well, we need places for people to work. And since, well, most of the city is very industrial-based, sure there is shops here and there, especially along Shopping Avenue here. The Green Light District. Excuse me. A lot of people still work in the industrial factories and such. And mining and oil pumping and such. But a lot of the resource extraction stuff is kind of fallen by the wayside. And sure, they could move out into the steeper areas or start planting the poor people in the shanty areas here. But that's going to get a lot more resistance. So the factions are like, we have an idea. We finally come together, and Protective Town was like, oh, there's enough police stations everywhere. The Quick Town people were, okay, we can have like bus routes to places. Prospective people were like, you know, it is really kind of obvious that we should be doing this stuff. So, yeah, of course. And now a learning town here, we're all like, we have ideas and plans on how to do this. And finally, Community Town was like, you know, it'd be nice to have a functional community. You think? And the people were like, okay. Plus, we need more, like, cops, because there's just crime everywhere. I mean, look at this. I don't think my crime rate is over 50%, but yeah, that's not a healthy dose there, especially given that, you know, this isn't an intentionally population destroying town. It's still still technically increasing, though I do have some help with that. Anyway, they also said, well, we kind of need to move the power plants and garbage burning and all that to some other locations, say, across the river. Yeah, about that. And so they banded together and they're like, we're going to build a road, a bridge across. And we're going to start moving our industry over here. And the oil company was like, but we want to dig more oil here. Can we start building more places around there? And they're like, no, but the oil company's like, too bad. So the oil company was like, we're going to be annexing random bits of land here. And you have no control over it. I've already done a little bit there. People were like, oh, crap. We don't actually have any control over this. This is terrible. Just a few more here and there. Take out these houses. Put in industry, they said. Well, there isn't really like an actual city government that's functioning here. We should start working on that. And so they started electing people as they started getting their roads actions together. They figured, well, we need our road to be kind of close to our docks. And maybe make it nice and big and powerful and strong and things like that. Yes. And they figured, you know, if you can do one bridge, might as well do two, right? But they're also like, well, the people who already live here don't really want to have their houses torn up. They're like, too bad. They decided to do it anyway. So, let's go ahead and start the phase 1 of urban renewal. Yes, it's about that time for everybody's favorite game. So we're going to have our road coming off this way. And the reverse is going to be coming off right back to it. Yeah. And this will now be our new industrial site, district place. Yes. There's so many minerals here. Oil. The oil company was happy about this. Like, okay, well, we're going to still keep doing douchebag moves over here, but this is an improvement, I guess. Sort of. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Space already occupied. Let's see about that, maybe? Yeah, maybe we'll just do it that way. We'll do something here. Go ahead and reconnect the roads together. Seem to be having troubles. Yeah, that's fine. The people will learn to get by with this situation. And I guess maybe it would make sense that something like that would still be going on. It's not a very smart move on their part, but, you know, remember, this is a messy town. This is like the beginning of urban planning. They don't got much going on yet. Alright, so they built that. This wonderful bridge. It wasn't a very structurally sound bridge, though, so they had to upgrade it over the years. And they're like, okay, so we got that going. Well, we're over here now. We do kind of want this to be more industrial feel, so let's go ahead and build sort of main thoroughfare here. Do that, and then we can do this. We all change direction, please. Yeah. Nice little embankments there that don't really matter. Alright, so at that point they were like, okay, we got that. We got that. We need more. And this is not gonna play well on me, isn't it? Alas, alas. I want nice big sweeping industrial zones and areas and places. Yes. Now we can do smart thing and do it this way instead. And whoop, turn it around. So now we have this massive road kind of going nowhere into nowhere. So There we go. And let's go ahead and plan out... Oh, not that. Now, this is going to be a nice grid area here, so it's not going to be that difficult. So, yes, hope you guys are enjoying this sort of insane experiment in YouTubery that I'm carrying out with this series. It is, hopefully something kind of unique, in a way. Unique? Or are you terrible? I don't know. Tell me how I'm going so far. Now, the terrain here is pretty rough, so it wasn't always going to be a nice, even situation as far as the levelness of things. And it's always... There we go. Always have to do this multiple times. Come on. I'm at a weird angle. There we go. More. There we go. Yeah. Ah, first time's the job. It's pretty rare. Again. Weird. What's going on? I'm not allowed to do things right the first time. There we go. It's way off. I might have done that intentionally. Yeah, that one's not intentionally, though. There we go. And they're like, okay, so we got this going on here. Well, we need also... So the first thing they wanted to do is make sure that the trash burning facilities were starting to be relocated there. And they actually made it into a power plant, so that was pretty sweet. Make them... Actually... should be the other side. Because the trucks come in, you know. And it's not going to be playing nice here, is it? And... Yeah, it's going to be a real pain, isn't it? And then we do it like this. And it goes a little something like this. Oh. That's not going to be happy either. There we go. Little uneven, but it has to fit with the terrain, so yes. So let's go ahead and move these on the other side. Because that way, the trucks come in, drop it off immediately, and then they can go about their merry way here. Maybe Merryweather way. I don't know. It'll be trash powered. Industrial power. Yeah. Well, it's almost perfect. Not quite, but almost. Maybe I'll put some more over here. But this is just a start here. Also need water. Water. Water to the nth degree. Functional water. Water for a better tomorrow. Wait, this isn't the city of tomorrow. That was the previous season. Oh god. Where am I going with this? I don't know. I know, actually. I kind of know. Some of this is just on the fly. Some of it's pre-planned. But not a whole lot. Exacts of what I'm going to build, for instance. I don't know what I'm doing. Attach that there. Alright, so we got that. We got... Can put a massive industrial zone here. Is that a massive oh, come on. There we go. Yeah. So now, the people can start transplanting their industry over here. Alright, now you might have noticed I've turned off time for a little bit while I built this stuff. There's a reason for that. Mainly, the city could collapse any moment. Yes. Also, I probably should do a thing. Well, they also realize, you know, we're having a lot of fires, so let's go ahead and put a fire station in, and maybe some cops. You know, the Protection Town people really like having their cops around, so put some there. And don't think we need anything else. And away we go. Also, the simulation's running really, really slow. Probably due to excess traffic or... Yes. Too many bus lines, perhaps. But hey, the bus lines are running efficiently. There's not a whole lot of traffic in a lot of areas. And so it began. They started to move some of their stuff over here. The garbage trucks began appearing out of nowhere and doing their rounds in a very slowed down simulated universe. Yes. So yeah. So they got that started up, and like, well, there's still a lot of, well, terribleness about the local road infrastructure here. Maybe we should do something about that. Maybe a series of primary roads going up and going places, you know. Especially to, like, I don't know, maybe the oil tycoon guys would like it. They're like, they might, said the old oil tycoon guys. So, I began doing, I'm going to keep running this, urban renewal, tearing out the slums, bit by bit. About the nice ones here. Attaching to roads. Yeah. Don't worry, this will get more sorted out as time goes by. This is just an initial, they had to put it somewhere type situation. And, and we'll go ahead and just upgrade this road. Because remember, they're sort of doing this on a budget. Oh, I guess maybe we can't. There we go. Now, back to this. I'm doing mostly straight roads right now. Hope you guys don't mind. Can we upgrade these? A little bit. The space is already occupied. Oh, it's the fire station. Well, they can move the fire station, right? Just... that's not it. It's a residence. Oh, no, stop that. And somewhere nice and nearby. There we go. Then you started building up the roads, all cool like. I hope this is going the right way. I think it is. Yes. And maybe someone here? Can we do that? Not really. We need to do other things first. And since that's going the wrong way, there we go. Let's just sort of sneak this horrible, no good road through the area. See what happens. I need to move a hospital slightly. There we go. Yeah. Now we upgrade again. Ah. Oh yeah, we got a power plant there. One of many. Can we kind of connect this through? Some things really like it, some of them do not. Yeah, here's an idea. Might go ahead and just do the upgrade trick here. If I can. This is probably the worst thing I've ever designed in this game. Alright, so we're now connecting a road through here. Let's go ahead and bulldoze a little bit. Keep running there. Don't stop. Believe in. And because you would, naturally, I'm going to go ahead and reattach that back. And then put the shantytown races, sing that song, doo-dah, doo-dah, right back inside. All the way along here. Remember, I'm doing this intentionally bad. I know this looks bad, because it is. Oh god, this is terrible. This makes my eyes bleed. Alright, back to making terrible decisions. Anyways, I need to move this power plant. Or maybe... Oh, there's a dead person there. So they condemned the power plant and made it go away forever. And and then they got back to expanding the road. Yeah. Yeah, I think this might be a good place to sort of call it quits as far as the road expansion goes. Or at least the dual lane activity fun pass land. I think we're good. So now we have a main thoroughfare of sorts that sort of meanders and such like that, but we'll get this sorted out eventually. Very much eventually. And it's also allowed things like emptying some of the regional landfills here. Go ahead and just set those to empty there. Empty. Empty it! Empty it all! Alright. We are actually running a little low on power. So they said, okay, there's another major issue we need to work through that could possibly be settled along with the what you call it, power issue. And that's involving water. So they went over here and they're like, we're going to start making some new water pumps. Nice fresh water, free from pollution, free from refugees like running off with parts and crap. Because they gotta build their houses out of something, so like, you know, I don't have much cardboard here in this town. There we go. It's a good start. I'll of course put in more later, but... Hear those dings. Hear them. Sing. Okay, I put that next one over? Oh. Because of reasons! I guess I was clicking the wrong one. And up here. There we go. And... because why not? Yes, we can do power things here. Offshore power. This is a creation of the brilliant scientists of the university. They're like, you know... we can, like, collect wind, water, and sun power using advanced technology. Though they didn't quite figure out the solar panel stuff yet. That came later. This is just for show. There we go. Power those things. Suck out the ocean. Counteract global warming via suction, I guess. Does this affect this at all? I guess maybe a little bit. Oh well. Maybe just to make sure that there's extra power. Go ahead and connect a power line up here, maybe. There we go. Alright, well that's good. So, this will allow them to start removing some of the water pumps over here. Because they were getting a little ridiculous. A little redonkulous, man. Yeah. So we have a plan. We have a plan. And we don't care about building costs because we are running in cheaty mode. This should start letting the river come reflow again. Pretty quickly, hopefully. Right, how's our water situation? Still plenty of water. Good. Good. See, it's already started to flow back. Hooray! It's a little ridiculous that I was able to pump out that much water. But that's how people drain oceans in this game, so yeah. Gotta plunk these out. How's the water situation? Apparently, okay, we were up super high. Now we're still high, but falling. I'm really hungry. Yeah? Haven't had dinner yet. It's getting kind of late in the evening. Awesome. Now, the water is starting to flow back from the ocean upstream. It'll get better. Don't worry about it. So, these are still sucking out a lot, but kind of want to do this in stages. So, yes. So, we're basically moving the water pumps to this area over here, where the ocean will refill them perpetually. And they'll hopefully be far enough away from the sewage that water pollution will not be an issue. But we're going to deal with that as well. Because the people of the factions were like, you know, we're really kind of tired and all the water really tasting funny around here. Constantly. Everyone getting sick periodically as we move the wells and such further and further upstream. The aquifers are all polluted with nasty industrial waste. Like, we don't want to be wasted in Margaritaville. We want clean water. Clean, purified water. And yeah, we are very good to go. We're getting the pumps out of the riverlands. Of course, there were some people that were not too keen on it. They were, let's go ahead and build ourselves a nice little dirt road across here if we can. Not that one. They're like, but we want to live down here. Please? And the factions are like, well, you really shouldn't. It'll be bad for your health. But we like having bad health. Well, then you're stupid. But then you realize, well, I guess that does make sense. The education in the city is poor. So, yeah, I shouldn't be surprised. Alright, let's get back to getting rid of these. Yes. So, the factions, they're like, well, we're actually getting some success here. The water's actually starting to taste cleaner. Sure, we're pumping it out of the ocean, but we've mocked up some basic desalinization. Also, for some reason, the water in this world is not that salty, so I don't know what happened. Speaking of happening, there's a lot of burnt out houses everywhere. Is this facility full? Well, yes. Nice full room-looking cemetery here. So, just gotta wait for the water to do its thing. We don't have power here for some reason. Or we do, and it just doesn't realize it. How weird. Now, the people didn't much like the city, so a lot of them started moving on to other areas, so hence the population's dropping. So, this city was crime-ridden and full of awfulness all the time. Also, they just built a massive roads project through the middle of town that a lot of people weren't that happy with. I guess maybe in that regard, given that we're sort of doing the urban renewal thing here, we're going to be forcing out any sort of industrial areas from between these roads here, I think. Start the process. Remember, this road is just a temporary thing. It's not meant to be a end product construct here. Go away! Now, they didn't mind if people set up shanty towns in this area, but they prefer them not to, so hence I'm not filling these in yet. Yeah, so with the success of the bridge and it not falling over right away, they're like, wow, this is pretty awesome. Wow, we're not getting any power still. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Let's go ahead. I don't know, maybe down here? Yeah. There we go. Connect to the power grid. Because these probably don't have any trash. Yeah, they don't have any trash yet. So they are not all that effective as far as creating power. Yes. Let's go and build a few more roads here. Yeah. Roads. Zoom. Zoom? Boom, boom? Yeah. I hope everyone's enjoying this. This is pretty wild. I really don't know what I'm doing. In general, or in the game. There we go. And more industrial to get transported over. And I wanted this. There we go. Industrial transport accidents. Film 11. And water pipes. Because you can't forget those, otherwise they get upset at you. How upset? So upset that they'll just not be able to drink anymore. Because there is no water! But also, one of the other benefits of this area is that they have a nice little landing area here. They could maybe build a second cargo terminal port thing. Where was that? What's over here? Yes. I build these so rarely. And they're like, we're going to build it right here. And they're like, well, the roads to these things are pretty weak. Can we upgrade these? It's like a, I don't know, one-way? Can't do that. That's too bad. Let's go ahead and do something like this. I guess we're gonna have to sort of swing our way up. Sort of a bridge accidental system thing built here. Here, I have an idea for something. Gonna fix the power line real quick. If I can. There we go. Looks ugly, but, well, you should know by now. That's sort of the point of this city. Ugliness of it all. I want some landing here. I don't want it just to be a constant bridge all the way up. Can I make it? There we go. And water. Water cats, go! Well, what? Never mind. And connector up. And yeah. So now we can have cargo and things over here. Also power. Second cargo terminal. Now eventually they did want to depreciate the old one. So this was the start of something new. Something fresh. Something better. And also something more convenient for industrial stuff over here. So like we kind of need to have this stuff running well. And so we want to be able to make sure it's a functional situation, unlike everywhere else in the city. Speaking of everywhere else in the city, the protection people are like, no, really guys, there is too much crime. We need more police. They started setting up little satellite cop shops in high crime locations. Just pretty much everywhere. This is acceptable. Over here is pretty bad. Keep that going. These houses are too crime-ridden. They must be torn down and replaced by a police station. And yes. And of course, plenty over here. Things just keep getting worse by the day. Suddenly, there was a lot more people going around. And so these weren't all, like, trained police officers. These were, like, community volunteers. So it was very much well, low-regulated type situation, so not everyone was happy with the cops. People that like have all their stuff stolen, they're happier. But sometimes, well, people that steal their stuff are the ones that volunteer to be cops. Yeah. But hey, at least they were legally taking stuff now, right? And slowly but surely, the police force did become less corrupt. It just would take some time. And maybe here. No. Here. Yeah. Not there. Yeah. Yeah. And it's a massive improvement. And this, the crime rate began to fall slowly but surely. And the people rejoiced. Yeah. I think that's about all we got in store for today, I guess. As we are building up new industry to replace the old industry. But until that new industry is ready, the old industry has to remain a certain extent. But a few things are on the rise. In fact, some areas began to outright banning their burning stations. And the land began to recover. It was good times. At last. Well, kind of. Till next time, everybody. Toodles! Woohoo!